in our food, in our face creams, shampoo. And of course, when you're on top of that taking medication, a lot of people get to a point where they're like, okay, actually, I just want to try something natural now so I can start getting rid of some of those toxins. And they want to try something new and start actually seeing results. And these oils are super effective. So those are the main reasons why people turn to us and doTERRA as another solution to try. And another way to use the oils is aromatically. So you just saw me with a peppermint. I can just smell it from my hands, or you can also put them in a diffuser, which is, before we used to use a oil burner, candle burner. Now, diffuser is something you put water in there and a few drops of oil, plug it in, and then as it goes into the air, it helps to purify the air of bacteria and things like that. So you're literally cleaning your indoor air. And at the same time, whenever you smell, so through your olfactory system, it's the fastest way to the limbic system, which is the emotional center of the brain. Okay, so it can really help to turn emotions around very quickly, or for example, lift you up or calm you down at the end of the day, help you sleep better and things like that. And then the third way is internally. So please do not do this with any of the oils you may have at home, because I'll talk about purity in just a moment. With doTERRA, you can trust that they are 100% pure. They have set a new standard in the essential oils industry. There are absolutely no synthetics, no fillers in here. They are tested on many different levels. So you can you can be sure that there are no herbicides, pesticides, anything like that. Every single batch is tested, so you can trace back every single batch to the testing. And this is something that is very rare or unusual in the industry. And they're third-party tested. So it's not just saying, doTERRA saying, hey, we've got the purest oils in the world. It is actually third-party tested. And so this is why they've really set a new standard. And in terms of purity, and then on top of that, so you can trust it. When you see the doTERRA label, you can trust that you are taking very pure oils. Don't buy them on Amazon, because then you don't know. Someone might have just refilled the bottle, but otherwise you can trust the label. And the other thing is potency. So as I said, you literally just use one drop at a time. And why? That is because doTERRA source their plant material from where it naturally grows in the world. So for example, the lavender will come from Bulgaria and France. The wintergreen will come from Nepal. The frankincense comes from Somalia, the lemon from Sicily. And what this means is that basically the plants, they naturally grow in those locations. So the earth, the soil, has the right amount of nutrients and vitamins that it needs to grow, and the right amount of rain and sunlight and things like that. And so this means that the actual chemical composition, the chemical compound within the plant, is much more complex because it has been grown in the right environment. This is what makes a massive difference between a lavender, for example, grown in Bulgaria, or lavender grown in your own garden. The one grown in your own garden will not have as complex a chemical compounds within it, and therefore it will not be as effective, okay? And so that is why these oils are potent and effective, and why they're considered to be, the best oils in the world, or among the best oils in the world, because they really work. So back to my internal. So you can put a drop in your water and drink that throughout the day. Susan, have you got the lemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can basically pop that. Sorry, I should have had them here. It's what I prepared earlier. And so the lemon, you've all heard of maybe squeezing lemon into warm water in the morning to help, cleanse your system and flush out, because your body basically detoxes overnight. So that's what you can use the lemon for. It's so fresh, isn't it?
It is really, really fresh.
Lovely. And you can also use that for cleaning any kind of sticky areas, especially if you've got babies at home or small kids and they're sticky around their table, or getting, plaster marks off or stickers off things, chewing gum out of carpet, whatever it may be, anything sticky, it literally goes straight away, when you take labels off things and it's all sticky. So that's how you would use them internally. You can also make your own little capsules, but that's a little bit more advanced. And so what do we use the oils for? So I'm going to talk about the top 10 oils today. So Peppermint, as I already showed you, is great for energy, for focus and uplifting. So especially if you diffuse this one, it will really help to keep you focused. Now in the sun, it's a great one for as an after sun if you're sunburnt. And then lemon, so great to take in your water every day, and it won't ruin your teeth just like the juice of an actual lemon will. So even though lemon is acidic, the lemon oil is alkaline within your body, and it won't cause any problems with your enamel or anything like that. And use it for cleaning. And then one of my favorites is frankincense. So this is called the king of oils, and it's that's not the one that you call the Swiss Army knife. I think that was lavender, but this can also be a Swiss Army knife because you can use it for pretty much anything. When in doubt, use frank. But it's fantastic for skin. The fine lines and wrinkles, you can put it straight on, or maybe put a dab of your face cream in your hand, add a drop of frankincense, and then put it on that way. What I like to do every single morning is to put a drop straight under my tongue, and it really helps for cellular health. Now I'm trying to be a bit compliant on this webinar, but anything that has to do with cellular health and issues that can come up in the body because of that. So those are the main uses for frankincense. It's also the oil of spirituality, so it's a beautiful one to diffuse. For example, if you want to relax, or if you do have anxious feelings or anything like that, it's a brilliant one to use for that. And especially when you put a drop under your tongue. If you are someone who experiences anxious feelings on a daily basis or quite regularly, that will be something really great for you to do. And then we have one called On Guard. Now, On Guard is the immune system blend. Now, open it up, Susan. What does it smell of?
I can really smell the cloves in there. But it's just, yeah. Does
it remind you of anything?
Does it remind me of anything? It reminds me of it just feels really clean. It just smells really cleansing and really beautiful. But for me, what really comes out of there is the clove.
Yeah, and so it reminds a lot of people of Christmas, actually.
Yeah. It's quite Christmassy.
She's addicted to it now. Apparently, I just learned this trick this morning. I can't wait to share this with you. I haven't tried it myself. If you sniff On Guard before you chop an onion, your eyes won't cry.
Oh, well, I will have to try that one.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm going to have to do that tonight. And so it's called On Guard, as in literally on your guard. It's the immune system blend. It protects your physical being, but also your emotional being. If you're someone who is sensitive to other people's energies or spaces, or you're going somewhere that is very busy, then you can use On Guard. Now, this is one, if you have any immune issues in your household, whether it's you or a family member, it is an absolutely brilliant one to use morning and night. You would dilute it and put it on the soles of your feet because, brilliant, yes, On Guard is brilliant. And you will notice a difference very quickly. You know, I have 2 little girls, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they are hardly ever sick from school. They tend to have 1 cold a year, and you know, it goes within about 2 days. So you can do it like that to build up your immunity, so preventatively. And also when you are sick, so for example, if you have a really bad cold or, you know, seasonal illnesses that go round or anything like that, where normally you could be bedridden for 2 or 3 weeks, or it can drag on. If you use the On Guard during that period, then you'll find that it will clear much quicker. So I just want to say, so my girls will still get sicknesses, you know, they'll still get maybe a vomiting bug or something like that. But what they don't get is the regular immune issues that most other, you know, children of their age get, adults as well. That used to be me, you know, coughs and colds and things like that. So this is really your lifesaver in that regard. We also use this one to clean our house, because it smells, you can use lemon as well. I just prefer the smell of On Guard. It is extremely effective. So we literally just have a spray bottle with white vinegar, water, and drops of On Guard in it. And we can teach you, you know, how to make that. And I just use that to spray the whole house, bathroom, kitchen, you know, toilet, everything. Super effective. And so that one is for immunity. Then you have one called Breathe, which is another blend. And this one has, and you've got, yes, that one's got peppermint in it. Sorry, I should have had my oils with me, Susan. I feel a bit unfair.
I'm being a good little assistant. This is really nice and menthol.
Yeah. And so surprisingly, so peppermint wakes you up. Like I said earlier on, this one wakes me up. But then Breathe is a great one to use at night. It only has a tiny bit of peppermint in it, but it creates a really fresh atmosphere at night, or air atmosphere. And so you can just breathe easy, and it helps to clear your airways. So it's called Breathe, so you can guess that it's fantastic for anything to do with the respiratory system. So for example, you can put it on your chest, diffuse it, put it under your feet. Anything respiratory, basically.
Yeah, Lindsay said it's helped reduce her asthma conditions.
So it's a very popular one for that, and we've heard some absolutely amazing stories and recovery stories with that. Although we're not allowed to say asthma, but there you go. And Carla had a good point as well. Where's the comment gone?
Oh, using On Guard in the bag in the Hoover.
Brilliant idea. So it just doesn't have that Hoover smell. I love that. So that is Breathe. So that is a lovely. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I nearly forgot to say this. It's also called the snore oil. Like literally, if you have any snorers in the house, you want to diffuse this. You want to put it under their nose, on their chest, under their feet. Just put it wherever. Very occasionally it doesn't work, and then there are other oils you can try, but this is a fantastic one. When our little one was maybe about 4 months old, and she was sleeping in our room, and she kept making these piggy noises when she slept, and she was sleeping, but we were awake because of it. And the first night we diffused it, then she never did that again. So that was a lifesaver for us. And then on the topic of sleep, there's lavender, which, everybody knows lavender. Now, when you smell this lavender compared to other ones, it is much, what do you think when you smell it?
Yeah, it's definitely really, you can smell it's so concentrated that it's, that smell, and it smells so different to other lavenders. Yeah,
and what some people say, they say, oh my gosh, it's really strong. And it's like, yeah, because you're smelling the pure thing for the first time ever. Yeah. We're used to smelling things that are, diluted or synthetic or something like that. This is literally 100% pure. So it will have that intense feeling.
Yeah.
But it's not like an annoying intense
feeling. It's so calming.
Yeah. So that's a great one to diffuse for sleep, or to put, for example, on your wrists. Also a great one for skin. If you have anything, or especially now with the summer, if you have any itchiness, so it helps to keep mosquitoes away. But if you have any kind of itchiness, or, you've been bitten by a mosquito or stung by a bee or anything like that, you immediately want to put lavender on. And this is what I love about these oils. Like, this is literally my home pharmacy, my home first aid kit. And I will always have it. I always take it on holiday with me, because you've got something. We don't always need to be taking medication for everything. There is so much that we can do using natural things before we have to turn to medication, which of course I'm very grateful for when we need it. So
just an example with the lavender. Last year I was somewhere, and I'd got water from a tea urn. The boiling water had gone on my hand, and I put my lavender on it. I mean, obviously I did put it under cold water first of all, and then but it was obviously came up really red, and it was really, really sore. I put lavender on it, and within 5 minutes the redness had gone, but also I wasn't feeling the burning pain of this, because I'd literally had boiling water go straight all over my hand, and I just put it in lavender, and sort of 5 minutes later it was just a really mild sensation rather than the real burning sensation. So yeah, anything like that, very soothing.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's great to have these on hand, and especially for those of you who do have children, they often get sick at night or on weekends or something, to know that you have something at home that you can help them with straight away. And also, you don't want to be giving them, all these, what is it called in England? Is it Tylenol? Or
no.
Like aspirin for kids, or whatever it's called, painkillers for kids.
Yeah, and Calpol and stuff like that.
Calpol, that was the one. I can't remember what it's called in England. And of course you need those things. But for example, when there is raised body temperature or fever, you can actually use peppermint to lower that. So there's a lot that you can be doing before you actually need to use medication. Which of course means that the body is building up its resistance instead of being broken down every time. And so another really, really handy one, probably one of the most handy ones for most people, is the Zengest blend, which is for Zenful Digestion. Zengest, yeah.
Yes.
And so anything zenful digestion, so, you know, constipation, diarrhea, food poisoning, those, you know, tummy bugs that go around in the winter. So again, or bloating, IBS, all of it basically. So you can basically just rub a drop on your belly if you're brave, because it's a blend of various digestive herbs basically in it. And you can put a drop directly under your tongue. And that, my whole family had the stomach bug and they were all vomiting. I immediately put that under my tongue once, and then 15 minutes later, and I did not get the stomach bug. And then on my kids who were just constantly vomiting, and then, you know, they get to that retching stage, I was just, you know, rubbing this oil on, diluted on their bellies every 20 minutes. And it really helped to ease that discomfort for them and made it stop. You know, instead of lasting 2 days, it only lasted 1. And we hear lots of stories of people who couldn't leave the house without having any Rennies on them, for example, or what's it called, Imodium for diarrhea and things like that. And after years and years of using those, after just a couple of weeks of using this oil, they're comfortable leaving home. They're not worried about leaving home anymore. They don't have to have that medication on them anymore or anything like that. So that's absolutely fantastic. Or if you get indigestion or anything like that. Let me see, what else haven't I done? Have I covered?
We've got oregano.
So oregano, yes. So this one is considered to be a natural antibiotic. It's not an oil that you would use as often as the others. Just it's very strong. You can use it in your cooking. You would put a toothpick in the top and mix it in. But this is a great one when there is illness going around. So either you see it because it's a change of season, oftentimes everyone on the bus around you is coughing and everyone at work is getting sick, or you can see that the kids at school and you're worried about them getting sick. Use this oil. It's considered a hot oil. So that means for some people it does sort of burn the skin when they put it on. So you definitely want to dilute it and put it on the soles of your feet, preferably at nighttime with socks on top, because it smells really strong. I once sent my 5-year-old, when there was sort of a flu going around, with that on the soles of her feet when she went to school, and the Italian kids came up and they were like, "Oh, who smells of pizza?" It's so funny because obviously they do actually eat it all the time. Any comment? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I used oregano to get rid of a verruca on the bottom of my foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Carla says it's helped with warts.
Yeah.
And the people, you know, I've had people saying to me they've had warts that they've literally had for years that they've been trying to get rid of, and you know, you get it frozen and you buy all that stuff from the pharmacy, which is really, you know, horrible chemical stuff. Like you can really feel that it's very chemical. And with oregano, you know, you would use it morning and evening. Then it goes. You know, some people it's cleared in a day if it was quite a new wart. With other people, they've had to use it for several weeks. But we've heard lots of that. So for verrucas as well, great.
Yeah.
So that is a very handy one to definitely have. And also if you do have sickness, then you would use this one regularly, and it can really clear things up. If you're using the oils already building up, you'll notice that your general health and energy goes up. And then when you have got an illness and you use them regularly throughout that, you'll be amazed at how quickly you're back on your feet again. And then there's Deep Blue, which is the oil for any kind of aches and pains. Oh, great. So this is a rollerball format.
Yeah, so you've got the little rollerball there. So
perfect.
Roll it on. Nice and easy.
Yeah, really easy. And so that's pre-diluted as well. Yeah. I'm going to show you something gross. Can you see how?
Yeah.
You can't see how bad it is now. But basically, this was from last weekend, and all of this redness here was all over here, even yesterday. So it happened on the weekend. I've been putting Deep Blue on it because it's the oil for pain and for healing. And literally all of that redness has gone from here. Literally, it was there yesterday. It's not today. So what it's done, by the way, this didn't hurt when it happened. I didn't even know it was there until I was doing my hair the next day. And I was like, oh my God, I knew I'd scraped myself. I had no idea. So what it's done is it's gone in and it's brought everything up to the surface. So it got very red and very purple and blue. You know, normally they go through stages and they last for, you know, it can last for weeks, basically. It's brought everything up to the surface very raw, very quickly, and it's clearing it extremely quickly. So for such a big, you know, area, such a big bang, that only happened less than a week ago. It's been absolutely amazing. I have been taking photos to document it, the speed of it. So anything that is pain, so bruising, muscular pains, joint pains. And again, in the elderly, for example, you get a lot of joint, not just the elderly. When I was carrying my little one, I used to get really bad shoulder pain. And so I used it for that. A lot of sports people use this one. And it's also been approved by the Cologne list, which means that if you know any professional sports people, it's approved by the doping agencies, that doesn't have any weird stuff in it. So that is a great one, if you're going to be running a marathon or anything. But just any kind of, period pain. Fantastic for period pain. Makes it go straight away.
Brilliant. I've not used it for that, but I will do, actually.
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely fantastic. Literally, it makes it go straight away. You might have to reapply it, like put it on once, then put it on 15 minutes later or 15 minutes later. It's really great. I wish I'd known about it after giving birth as well, with the after pains you can get.
Yeah.
Melaleuca, which is tea tree. Oh,
yeah.
That's a great one to have in that format as well, rollerball. Because that's a great one for anything that is skin. So if you cut yourself, it's an antibacterial, so it can really help to disinfect the area. If you have any occasional blemishes, spots, just put it straight on. So it's really strong tea tree smell, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's also the oil.
Chili oil.
Yes, exactly. But it's really effective if you feel anything sort of coming on, but it's also healing for the skin. It's also a great one when you have it in liquid format. If you have anything in the mouth, like ulcers or anything like that, or you bite yourself, then you can put that on there as well. And it's also the oil of energetic boundaries or personal boundaries. So if you're someone who really needs to learn to say no more, or gets a bit overwhelmed by other people, you can just put a drop on the top of your head here. And that will really help for that. So it's not the best smell for me, but it's a super one to have. It's one that you will actually end up using quite a lot. Yeah, and so basically,
that's it. I think that is all of the top 10 oils.
And there are many more oils than this, of course, but we just wanted to cover the top 10 ones for you so that you know how to use those. And that's basically your home pharmacy. With those top 10 oils, you basically have an oil for everything, for respiratory, muscular system, sleep, emotional, immune system, every system of the body, based skin, all of that is in there. And so really what I want to cover just before we start talking about the kits, I see we're doing really good on time, so that's brilliant, is that, so we talked about as well, why doTERRA is so different to other oils that you might buy in a shop. You're sure that you're getting quality, and they're called, they've actually developed a label called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. It's not a standard label. There is no regulating body. doTERRA have come up with that label to really bring a new standard into the industry. And it means that these oils can be used therapeutically. They are extremely effective, and they're actually being used in hospitals in the US now, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it's on all the bottles. I don't know if you can see that there at the bottom.
Yeah.
The light's shining on it.
Just about.
Just at the bottom there, yeah.
And I just want to mention one other thing, because one of the popular reasons why people also turn to using essential oils is because they do want to raise their vibration. They want to have a more vibrant everyday life, so they have more energy to do the things they want to do. Whether you're a mum or you've got a job, or whatever it is, we all want energy to do the things that we want to do in life, and yet it can be so easy to feel lethargic and heavy, and maybe not sleep well and things like that. And actually, doTERRA's top-selling product is actually their vitamin and mineral pack. Now, I'm a nutritionist, and for a year after I've been using the oils, completely in love with the oils, I did not want to try the vitamin pack, because I was like, no, I get top quality, cost price vitamins from the UK. I don't need to be trying, any other vitamins. And then I started hearing my friends describing how differently they felt on these vitamins. And I realized that actually I wasn't feeling different on the vitamins that I was taking. I was just taking them because as a nutritionist, I am a fan of supplementing, proper supplementing. And I realized that I wasn't feeling actually different. I was just kind of taking my vitamins because I knew, they were good for me to take. And so I tried the doTERRA ones. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You get 100% your money back if that kit, the vitamin kit, doesn't do anything for you in 30 days. It took me 1 day. I've had insomnia my entire life. On the first day, it helped me sleep much, much better. And within a week, it had stopped my postpartum hair loss, way more energy, raised my mood so that sort of stress and anxious feelings and all of that was much lower and much more contained. And even now, I still wake up several times a night, with my little one. Even though I have broken sleep, the quality of my sleep and my energy the next day is much, much better. And then at some point last summer, I thought, I'm going on summer holiday. I'm going to be happy in the sun, fine, eating fresh food. I won't take my vitamins with me. It was horrible. It wasn't horrible. That's a massive exaggeration. But I 100% felt a difference from not having those vitamins with me. My energy was down. I got a bit more stressed about things, but definitely the quality of my sleep and my energy was much, much worse. And so, these vitamins, what is different about them is that they're very comprehensive. So when you go into a health food shop, you might choose one or the other vitamin and try and mishmash it and put it together, but that disturbs the balance that your body is meant to have. So it's much better to have a multivitamin and mineral, for example. So in this one, you have multivitamin and mineral, and it also has oils and superfoods in it. You have the omega, which are essential fatty acids, and they also have oils in there to protect them. And you have the cellular complex, which is basically the massive energy boost. And they're whole food based. And what this means is that your body can use them straight away, can put them to better use, whereas a lot of the vitamins you can buy in shops are actually synthetic. So you need to give your body a lot more of it before your body's like, oh, hang on, you want me to do something with this? Sorry, I didn't recognize it. So I haven't been using it, but now I know you're giving me loads of it. I'm going to try and, do something with it. And of course, the effect is much less. This is why people notice such a dramatic effect when they take what is called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so they're not chemically enhanced or anything like that. And basically they're also, it's the equivalent of 12 servings of fruit and vegetable, in those capsules. And normally you would have to take like 20 or 30 pills a day to make up for what you're getting in those.
Can I just start, is there a children's version of that?
There is, and it's just sort of, they're chewable capsules. They're absolutely brilliant. So it's called the Kids A to Z. And you take, depending on the age, 2 of those a day, chewable vitamins. Now, that is actually what made me want to take the adult vitamins. Because even though I was resisting taking the adult ones, I thought, I'll try the kids ones for my kids. And then when I heard adults, so friends of mine describing how differently they felt, they were saying they were sleeping better, their eyes were brighter, their moods were better, and they had more energy. Then I looked at my now 5-year-old when she was 4, and I was like, gosh, she's sleeping better. She's waking up happier in the morning, and actually her face looks pretty bright. That's when I realized that actually the kids' vitamins were having a massive effect on them. And I've experimented before with then going back to other brands, of health food shop vitamins, and I can definitely tell the effect is just not the same. And so that's when I started the adult ones. So, they're very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I'll do now, as I promised in the beginning, is explain how you get started, basically, because I know some of you are on this call because you want to bring these into your home. And don't worry, we have an extremely active Facebook group. So you don't have to think, oh my gosh, I can't remember anything she said. I'm not going to know how to use these oils. We don't want you to spend, a couple £100 or however much it is on a kit and for it to just sit there. We want you to be using these every single day. Just like you brush your teeth every day, we want you to use these as a lifestyle. It's a whole lifestyle shift so that you can create a higher vibration, better health, better energy. And they affect you on an emotional level as well. So it's basically going to work on you, as a whole person. So we have a very active Facebook group, famous Facebook group, active Facebook group, where we give regular trainings on how to use the oils. And of course, Susan will help you to, once you've got your kit, how to go through it, how to use it and things like that. Susan, can you put images in the comments here or not? I don't know how that works.
I might be able to. Which one do you want first? Because I might be able.
So the Home Essentials one is the 10 oils. It's called the Home Essentials kit because it's the Home Essentials. That's basically your basic starter kit that has everything you need to get started.
There you go. Can you see that?
Yay! Thank you. And so that's got these 10 oils that we spoke about. Again, 250 drops in a bottle, and then a diffuser. So this diffuser, the white bit comes off, extremely easy to clean. Fill it with water, and there's a mark where you fill it up to, a few drops of oil, and you'll see according to the size of your room. It could be 4 drops or something. Top on, plug it in, and there's a timer on the front. So you can put it on just before bed, and it'll switch off automatically. Or if you forget to switch it off and you leave the house, it'll automatically switch off when the water runs out. And so this kit, how much is it in pounds? I only know it in Danish kroner.
Okay, so hang on 1 second.
I think it was 200 and...
Yes, I think it was at 220, but that's including the tax.
That's including tax, and
but it's 185 plus the tax.
185 plus tax, yeah. So I think that makes it about 220-ish.
220, yeah.
And the shipping is £4, isn't it, in England?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And it arrives in about, like within 4 days, you'll have it. Normally it's less than that. And actually this month with this particular kit, and this is only for this month, you'll also get an extra bottle of On Guard. So that's the immune system blend. And you'll go through that one. So it's an absolutely brilliant one that you'll be very happy to have on stock at home. You'll also get an On Guard toothpaste. Now, it's an absolutely brilliant toothpaste. Kids normally like it. Our girls love it so much that we have to put it up on top of the washing machine and dryer so they can't get to it and literally eat it. It's called a whitening toothpaste, but it's a lot of people who have said they've had kind of a funny feeling in their mouth after brushing their teeth absolutely love this toothpaste. And also you will get the On Guard throat drops. So they're kind of like boiled sweets, absolutely amazing for sore throat. So as soon as you feel a tingle of a sore throat coming on or anything like that, you eat those, I don't want to call them boiled sweets, but
yeah, they're throat drops. Throat
drops, basically.
Throat sweet.
So you'll get all of that free this month with this kit. And then the other kit, which if your finances allow, is the one that I recommend, which is the Natural Solutions kit. And the reason I recommend this one is it's basically your lifestyle change kit. If you are someone who does have chemical cleaning products, from the supermarket, you can see on the back, all those danger warning signs on it. They give off fumes even when they are closed. And for example, my kids love cleaning the windows and the mirrors. I would never let them do it if they were using those chemical cleaners. But I can, because they're using the oils and it's perfectly safe. Now, a lot of the toxins in chemical cleaners have been linked to things like asthma, Alzheimer's, fertility issues, and all sorts of things like that. And so this is why more and more people are turning to natural alternatives and natural options. There's a massive movement, literally a massive shift going on in society where people are looking for that. Do you have the other one, Susan? And so this, the Natural Solutions basically has everything you need to ditch all of your chemicals in one go with this kit, because you've got in there.
That is, yeah, I think that is the Natural Solutions kit, isn't it?
That's the Home Essentials. The Natural Solutions is the bigger one with the shampoo. It's got the vitamin pack in it.
Yeah, can you not see? I've changed the picture.
Oh,
Is it not showing to you?
No.
Let me have one look, because that's the Home Essentials, yeah?
Yeah.
And I've just changed the picture to the Natural Solutions. Let me close the image of Home Essentials.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Let me screen share again. It looks like screen sharing stopped. So 1 second.
And so basically this kit has the...
See that?
Yay, thank you. And so this has the amazing vitamins that I mentioned earlier on, a month's worth. The toothpaste that you can see up there. It also has a lovely box to keep all of your oils in, for 25 oils. You've got all of those 10 oils that we just spoke about today, plus some of my favorite emotions oils. So for uplifting, for calming, if you have trouble sleeping, there's some absolutely fantastic oils in this that you can both diffuse and, put on yourself, on your wrists or on the soles of your feet, especially under the big toe. That's a great location because in terms of reflexology, that corresponds directly to the sleep center in the brain. You've also got a specific head tension blend here, or sort of tension in your shoulders. clear skin. You've got the hormone oil in there. You've got natural hand soap, digestive enzymes. So if you are someone who suffers from any kind of allergies or, digestive issues, skin issues, anything like that, you'll want to use that one. And it comes with a bottle of what is called fractionated coconut oil. That means it's coconut oil where the fat has been taken out. It's not for cooking, but it's liquid all year round. So you can use that one to help dilute your oils as you put them on your body, and it doesn't stain the clothes because that fat element has been taken out. So that honestly, if you can afford it, if your finances allow, then this is the kit that I recommend, because you can really get started with the oils physically, emotionally, and then with the vitamin pack there, that makes a massive difference.
Yeah, so let's have a look. That one, that's Natural Solutions, and that one is 470 plus the tax. So that's the slightly more expensive one, but it gives you a lot more in there, and especially having the Lifelong Vitality Pack included in that.
Makes a big difference. And you'll get a diffuser in that as well. And you'll still get those 3 free On Guard products with this. So another On Guard bottle, the toothpaste, which you can see there, and the throat drops. And also with this kit, you get 100 free points. Now, points are like air miles. You can then exchange them for, not for flights, but you can exchange them for oils and, products and things like that. So that's approximately £80 worth, 80 to £100 worth, depending what you choose. So you basically get that as a gift. And you're getting 25% off with both of these kits. And I think, Susan, correct me if I'm wrong, but you save about, is it 50 odd pounds with this kit?
I think
if you're going to buy everything individually.
I think it's even more than that, because I think with the Home Essentials kit, you save about £90. I think with this one, it's even more than that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I never know how much it is in pounds. Yeah. So basically, with this one, if you're going to buy, place an order next month for about 100 points, so like I said, about 80 to £100 or something like that, you would basically get that whole amount free again. So that's an absolutely fantastic savings if you can go for that one. And yeah, so what we do have, for those of you who know that you want to get started, is there's a link to a sign-up form, which we will send it. Do you have it now already, or do we need to send it?
Let me just stop that share a second. No, do you want to put the link in the comment, in the chat?
Only if you have it already, otherwise you can send it to people afterwards. And basically just fill out, which kit you want, and then Susan will help you do that.
Yeah, okay, so I can post that afterwards.
Post it after. I might actually have one here. Let me see.
Let me just move that over a minute.
Okay. We're open. Here we go. So we've got one here, and it's all GDPD friendly. And you'll see at the bottom of this form, it says US only, because the US actually got the free oils last month that you are getting this month, except for the wild orange. So here it is. And so you can fill out that form if you know which kit you want already, and then Susan will be in touch with you to sort that out. And if you don't know, but you know you want to get started, but you're not sure which kit is for you, or you've got a couple of questions, just fill it out anyway. And then just, put in the comments that you've got some questions. And then again, Susan can help you to find out which is the best kit for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if we order that today, literally you'll have it early next week. Woohoo! So you can join our Facebook group before that, so you can already start exploring what the oils can do for you and things like that.
Yeah, and I'll be in touch and follow up with anybody that's signed up for the call and to be on here, because I think some people will be watching it afterwards on a bit of a replay. So I'll be posting the recording out.
Yeah.
As well.
And there's a reason why, for us, the thing that really made a difference is that our little one, when she was about 6 months, she started crying day and night. We didn't know why. I took her to the doctor about 5 times. I even took her to the hospital. They kept saying there's nothing wrong. And I was like, there is something wrong. She's crying all the time. So eventually we went to a specialist, and they said the pressure in her ear was 200, and it's meant to be between 30 and 50. So she was in extreme pain, literally for 3 months, with fluid buildup. and they wanted to put her under general anesthetic and put grommets in her ears. And of course we had the oil, so we said, well, we wanted to avoid the operation if possible. What oils can we use? And so we looked up which oils to use, and we put them in front of her ear. So just in the front here, in the back, and down here, which is the eustachian tube, which drains it. And within a couple of applications, the next day, the water, this thick fluid, just came out of her nose, and then that was it. Gone. We took her back to get her ears tested, and her pressure was back down to 30.
Amazing.
And the lady said to me, oh, so what did you do? And I said, oh, well, we put essential oils, and she just pretended she didn't hear me. And then said, let's operate anyway. And I was like, yeah, right. Just take her appendix out as well, and her tonsils. Why not? Just take everything out that might come out one day. Yeah, so they're extremely effective, and they normally take effect literally within minutes. There's a reason why, you know, the Harvard University have even added them into their surgery protocol, and hospitals are starting to use them because they really are an amazing alternative. And one thing that excites me about this, of course, in the US, they have medical issues. You know, people can't afford the medical care. And for us, luckily in Europe, we don't have that issue, but our generation is sicker than the generation before. So we have all of these illnesses in old age, and more people are going to get those illnesses. And so our medical system is not going to be able to hold it. You know, it's going to literally cripple the country's economy, just keeping people alive. And so it's like fossil fuels. You have to find an alternative, you know, that can work in collaboration, because it's just not going to last. And so this is why oils are the fastest growing area of natural health, because, you know, even doctors and GPs are using them in the UK now, because they're starting to realize actually with preventative healthcare, I think only about 2 or 3% of the budget goes on that. That is where the focus needs to be. So for us on an individual level, you know, I don't want to get sick, you know, afterwards, and I don't want to be a burden on society or, you know, my family and things like that. But also, you know, on a society level, and they make such a massive difference, not just physically, but also to us on an emotional level. You know, modern life is difficult. We go through all these different emotions and anxiety and stress and depression and all these things, and there's so much we can do, and self-image and all of that using these oils. So magical kingdom. It's at your fingertips.
And I love the fact that every oil has not only a health benefit, as in, you know, in a physical kind of health benefit, but that they also have, so every oil has an emotional benefit. And so, you know, it's you know, working, you know, inside out and everywhere. It's you know, there's such benefits in all those different areas.
Exactly. So to remind you again, the two most popular starter kits, the Home Essentials kit with the 10 oils we talked about, and then the Natural Solutions, if your finances allow, and you want that whole sort of, you know, literally a lifestyle change, that's the one to go for. If you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I really, really want these oils, but both of those are out of my price range, again, just let Susan know, because we can see, you know, how we can help you work that out. And of course, once your oils arrive, Susan will help explain how you use them and start incorporating into them into your daily routine.
Brilliant.
So thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you, Susan, again.
Thank you for coming on and sharing all your brilliant knowledge about the oils. And yeah, I know it's been really helpful. Every time I hear it more, there's always something that I pick up and go, oh, actually, yeah, I've forgotten to be using it like that, or that I can add into what I'm doing. So, which is always amazing. So thank you so much for coming along and joining us this lunchtime. And I will be posting out the link. It's all been recorded, so I'll be posting out the link for people to watch the recording as well, and following everybody that said they wanted to be on the call, and that said they were interested in finding out about the oil. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Lindsay. You're welcome. Just looking at the comments. Bye, guys.
Yes, Lindsay says thank you so much. Incredible knowledge. Yeah, that's great. And there's a link there for anybody if they want to find out more how they can get these oils into their hands straight away. But if not, they can just contact me, and I shall help them.
Brilliant. All right. Have a nice day, everyone.
Yeah, have a nice day. Thanks ever so much. Bye bye.